Hello, today I'm going to introduce you to the user interface of Unity3D. At the bottom left you see a white blank square. This square will show you what buttons I'm pressing. For example, now I'm pressing the left button of the mouse. Now let's open Unity. Press on Projects, New Project, and I'll call it Tutorial. Now let's make a 2D project. If you want to add asset packages, you can do it here, but we won't need any now. You can also make a 3D project, but we want a 2D project, and on a 2D project you also have the chance to use 3D elements, for example particle effects. Now we'll press on Create Project. Now it takes a second. So maybe you will have a different layout than me now. Go to Window, Layouts, and then 2x3. Now we have the same layout. This is the scene view. This view is used to design a level. Here's our camera. This is the main camera. It is the point of view for the player. Here we can press on 2D, and if we press on 2D it gets to the 3D view. Or you can just press the button too. Not on the numpad. So now if you press left click on the camera, you will select it. If you make an area, you can also select multiple objects. With the middle button of the mouse you can move around, and with the right button also. This tool here, you can get to it with the button Q. You can get to this tool with the button W, and it is used to move objects. If you choose an object, you see gizmos. Each of them stands for one axis. The red one is for the X-axis, the blue one is for the Z-axis, and the green one is for the Y-axis. Now here we can toggle the lighting on and out. Here stands gizmos. We can choose our preferences for the scene view. If we press on Show Grid, it deactivates the grid. And if we press on it, we'll get it back again. You can also set up the size of the 3D icons. And yeah, that's it. You can also search for objects. Main camera. You see here at the hierarchy that we found just this object. Now at the bottom left corner we see the game view. This view is used to play your game. If we press on this play button here, the game starts. The Unity engine first compiles all scripts and everything, and then it starts. Now we haven't got anything to play, so we can't do anything here. We can set up our display or aspects. We can also set up the scale if we want to look at something a little bit in detail. And we can also press on maximize on play. If we pause it now and unpause it now, it gets to the game becomes in full screen. We can also press on it and press the deactivate play button, and then we play again, and then it gets to full screen. We can also press the gizmos button, so it will show us the gizmos of our objects. I'll make now a square, and I'll add it to the scene. Just drag and drop it into the scene. Now if we press on now we've got this. Now we've got the new object. We can move it around and everything. With the button E, we can get to the rotate tool. If we press Control and the left button of the mouse, we can rotate the object with a special angle, and we can do this with every axis. So with the button R we get to the scale. We can scale the object on the X, Y and W X, Y and Z axis. On the Z axis we won't see anything because this is a 2D object, it's just a picture. So now at the bottom left we see our play view, or the game view. If we press on play, we play our game. We can also untick the maximize on play, then it will be small. And if we press on it, we can press on play, it gets into the full screen. And if we haven't got it and we've already pressed play, and we want it, we can press here, pause it and unpause it, and we've got the full screen. Now at the left we can choose a display. Next to the display is the aspect. Then we've got the scale. Here we can take a look to our object a little bit in detail. And we can mute audio and look at stats and things like that. So next in the middle we have the hierarchy. Here we see all our objects in our scene, the main camera and the square. You can also select them from here. At the top is always our scene. You can see a scene as a level. If we press Ctrl and S, we can save our scene. We'll name it level 1. Now we've got a scene in our assets folder. We can see it here at the project. Now the project is there to show us every script and objects and sprites. We have all audio files and things like that, music. Let's create a folder and name it prefabs. Prefabs are very important. For example, if we've made a completed square with many components, with many scripts and things like that, and we want him in another level, we can drag and drop him into the prefabs folder, and now he's a prefab. You can see it here because the cube is now blue, and here we see that he's prefab and also his name is written in blue. So now we can make a new scene. And we can get our prefab here, and it's exactly the one we used in the other scene. Now we can here see we can make more folders and things like that, for example for your music. You can also make a C# script, that's our test script, and we will use that later. Here at the right to the project we can see the inspector. In the inspector we see every component of an object. If we pick for example if we pick the main camera, we can see in the inspector that it has many components. For example, the transform, the camera, the GUI layer, the flare layer, the audio listener, and things like that. Here is the transform component. It is for the position of an object, for its scale, for rotation. And yeah, we can also set the background color at the camera's component. We can set up the camera to perspective, but I'll leave it at orthographic, and we can also set up the size of the view. You can see it at the left, in the game also, in the game view, and things like that. But it's very important to have the Z-axis from the camera to minus 10, for example, and all other objects have to be at 0 or at something above minus 10, because our camera, for example, if it's at 3, it cannot render anything because it doesn't seize our picture. You can see it here. Here's our camera, so we need it to see everything. And here we can also reset a component. So everything is, here we can reset a component so that you've changes. Here you can reset a component. If you press on reset, it changes a gun. At the bottom, we can access to our console. If we press on it, but now we can't get to it because we haven't got any error. Or also, it's very important to set up your preferences. Press on Edit, Preferences, and then on External Tools. You can here choose your external script editor. I'm using MonoDevelop because it's built into Unity and it's a very good one. You can also use Visual Studio 2015 or 2000. Yeah, I think 2015 is the newest one. I don't know. It's a community edition. It's for free. But I like MonoDevelop, and Visual Studio is great also. Here, if you scroll down, we can set up the SDK and the JDK. Now, the JDK is very important if you develop your game for Android. Go to an internet page, search for JDK. Now, go to the Oracle page and accept the license agreement. And now it's important to know what Windows version you have. If you have a 64-bit computer, just download x64-bit. You can download it here after you've accepted the license agreement. If you have a 32-bit computer, you can download it here. x86 is 32-bit and x64 is 64-bit. So now I've downloaded it already. Now we start it. Just press on OK. Now just press on Next. You don't need the source code. Next. And it will install itself. So after it's installed, just press on Close. Just double click on your script. Now this is mono behavior. This is C#. And you don't have to understand this now. This is just for teaching you the Unity user interface. In programming, you can write print and write something into here with brackets. So now save it and close MonoDevelop. And then we press on play, and then we'll get access to the console. At the bottom left corner. Oh, wait a moment. We have to give a script we have to give a object the script. Just drag and drop it into add component. Now our object has our script as a component. Now press on play. Now at the bottom left we can see Hello YouTube, and this is the console. Here we can clear it, we can collapse, we can clear on play. This means if we press on play it will clear everything. Here we can filter everything. Those are warnings, those are your own printed lines, and those are errors. Now if we open our script again, and we'll make an error, just write this one false and save, and then now if we press on play we'll get an error. All compiler errors have to be fixed before you can enter play mode. And also if we go to the console, here's the error, we can't clear it. If we double press on it, the name PREI SMT does not exist in the current context. If we double click on it, MonoDevelop will open and will be in the line where the error is. Now if we make it to the right, if we make it right again and close, we can clear this now. Takes a minute. Now, great. If we press play, If we press play again, everything is cool again and we'll if we press play, everything works again, and at the bottom left corner we'll see Hello YouTube again, and we haven't got any errors in our console. So another useful thing is that if you use the W tool for positioning objects, you can just move it like this, or if you press Control, and then you will see that it moves with a special unit. If you go to Edit and then Snap Settings, you can set this unit, for example 10. Now it moves 10 units on the X-axis, and if we do it on the Y-axis, you just see it moves 1 unit. You can also change that to 10 if you want, and then yeah, we see this. So this is very useful. Here we can add a new scene, we can open a scene, we can save scene as new project and everything like this. We can, on edit, we can go to preferences and things like that. You can import assets here. If we press on show in Explorer, our Explorer view opens and we'll see our project folder. Then on game object we can create a empty one, and then we have a new game object here. You can also press the right button of the mouse, and then you can create an empty, or you can add something what you want. Add components, you can see effects and everything. For example, the widget body 2D is here. You can, at window, you can pick a layout. You can make your own one also, like this. And you can just take it out and put it where you want. And that window you can also choose other windows, like the animation one. This one you can put here next to the game, and you can also take the animator and this one next to the animation, like this. And those guys are used for animation and animation controllers, and that help you can get to about Unity. Scripting reference is very important. I'll also leave a link to that in the description and to the JDK. And you can check for updates, you can download beta versions of Unity, you can report a bug, and things like that. Here you have the collab function. Here you can collaborate with something. It's in the beta, but I think it functions good now. This is these are the services. If we sign in, we can see services like in-app purchases and things like that. Account, you can upgrade to Pro. Layers and your layout. This is the play button, this is the pause button, and this is the, I don't know, I think it's go to the next frame if you pause, just frame for frame, and that's it. I hope here you see a picture of Unity's user interface, and everything is explained here again. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've done so, leave a like, subscribe, comment below if you've got any problems, and maybe you have any wishes, maybe you have any suggestions for more videos, then just drop it below, and I'll see you in the next video.